Yo! I'm going to explain this combo I made a video about and posted on Twitter a couple days ago. Some people were confused about the newness of this combo, since Dair to rest has been a thing for years, so I'll explain how it works real quick in this video. So first off, in Melee, there are multiple animations for grounded hitstun. When you get hit by attacks in a certain way, your character's hurt box behaves differently. Here's an example where you can see on the left the normal hitstun animation, and on the right the animation known as spike stun. Puff's normal Dair to rest pretty much needs this spike stun animation in order to connect. If the spike stun doesn't activate, Puff's rest won't connect with the opponent's hurt box. Puff's Dair can activate this spike stun animation by hitting the opponent's lowermost hurt box at the right percent ranges. For most characters, this is between 50 to 120%. The problem with this is that it's semi-random, due to Puff's Dair having holes in its active hitboxes, as well as certain characters' lowermost hurt boxes being small and inconsistent to hit. So basically that means that getting the spike stun animation is random at human level. Now it is technically possible to react to the opponent's animation during Downer's 15 frames of landing lag, but at higher percent you don't even need to worry about that, and that's where this new tech comes into play. Here basically, instead of relying on a bigger hurt box for the opponent, we just move towards them and then we rest. Now this movement wastes some valuable frames and makes the execution a lot harder, but I think it's worth doing since it gives Puff a very valuable kill confirm at around the 80 to 100%-ish percent mark, which she doesn't have with any other setup. So I've done the math, and it seems that technically it's possible to do the Dair, dash, jump, instant rest if you have 22 frames of hitstun. But that's assuming that you execute all parts of the sequence absolutely perfectly, which is just not really realistic for a combo that has this many moving parts. Also, at certain spacings, you have to delay your rest a bit so that Puff can catch up to the opponent's hurt box if they're farther away than normal, which adds to the amount of frames needed to do the combo. Also worth noting is that versus certain characters, the dash is not necessary. If they're close enough, just jumping reaches their hurt box, and this makes the combo easier and more forgiving to execute. I haven't labbed all the percents for all the characters. I've mostly just practiced this tech versus Fox and then done the combo versus other characters based on feel. Around 85% is when I think it's reasonable to go for the combo versus Fox. 70 to 80% is also possible with good execution, or if the opponent is particularly close or gets the spike stun animation. But I personally prefer to start going for this at 80 to 90-ish% depending on the character. Here's a clip of me doing the combo with an input viewer. I use claw grip to make the jump down B input easier. You don't need to do it like this, but this is how I do it, so yeah. If you want to learn more about Dair rest, I recommend this video by Jigglypuff Tutorials, as well as Alex's blog post about it. Alex's blog post about Dair rest actually mentions Dair jump rest, which is how I found about this method of rest around 7 months ago. In the blog post they don't mention the dash part of the combo, which is important for some characters like Spaceys. Either way, I wanted to give credit to Alex. I recommend Puff players in general to read their blog as well as the Puff Bible. I base like 50% of my play on the stuff that Alex does, and I think if you're a Puff player and not looking at this stuff, you're messing up. I've linked all the sources for this stuff in the description. Thanks for watching.